It's my privilege to share with you a little preview for our summer issue of One Magazine. Oftentimes in the magazine we portray, on the one hand, we're working with the poor, and the poor suffer a lot. But in the midst of some of these really horrific circumstances, the church is there. We're accompanying the church, and because the church radiates Christ, there is hope ultimately that is shared with people. In a story based in southern India, the Franciscan Claris sisters operate a school for hearing challenged children. Now, culturally, this is a very difficult circumstance to be born into. But these sisters, and I visited with them, the children there, they know joy and they know the fun of learning, and they know about their dignity. And that's what this program means to them. In Armenia, a country that itself has undergone so much turmoil, and the Christian population has been forced to flee many times over. This is a story of Archbishop Manassian working with Caritas, their Catholic charities, and they're welcoming into their country. These are refugees from Syria of their same faith tradition, and it's really a story about welcome home, welcome to the homeland. Gaza only makes the news usually for bad things that happen: wars, rockets fired, people suffering from hunger, no electricity, and all those kinds of things. Well, there's a first-hand narrative by the principal of the Catholic school there. I think you'll enjoy it because, in her own words, she tells how children that are scarred by so much of this bad stuff around them, they come into this environment. It's an oasis. I've been there too, and I was amazed at the interest that the children show in learning about the bigger world, the larger reality in life. Egypt, we've probably seen pictures or heard about the abject poverty there, garbage piles, people sorting through garbage just to live. Here again, I've walked through those places. And in the midst of horrific squalor, the Daughters of Charity have a school. And not only is it amazingly clean, but it too is like an island in the midst of all of this poverty and suffering. And children that come there, they're given a whole new approach to life. In Lebanon, on a hilltop, two congregations of brothers, the Maris and the De La Salle brothers, have started what used to be a military compound and changed it into a school for refugees. These are children coming from camps, really squalor, and where they can't be children. In this environment, they're children 100%, and they're learning, they're being fed. They go home, yes, but when they go home, they share the hope that this school has brought to them. And finally, in my own little focus piece, I try to highlight how there's a shift taking place with many of the ministries where priests, sisters used to be responsible for all of these ministries. More and more we look to, and they have stepped up so well, lay people, especially in the role of catechists and formators. And they're the focal point for the poor many times. They're the first contact of Christ. As with everything that CNEWA does, it's all made possible through your prayers and your generous gifts. So on behalf of the many beneficiaries of your goodness, I say thank you, and I promise that you are in their prayers. God bless you.